Hello player, today we will analyze the match between Gukesh with the white pieces and Matvey Galchenko with the black pieces. d4. Knight f6. c4. Knight c6. Knight f3. e6. Knight c3. Bishop b4. Queen c2. d6. a3. Bishop captures on c3 check. Queen captures on c3. f5. d5. Knight b8. d captures on e6. Bishop captures on e6. b3. Kingside castling. Bishop b2. Knight from b, d7. Knight d4. Knight c5. f3. c6. g4. Bishop d7. This move was inaccurate, the best move was rook e8. For example, rook e8. Rook g1. b5. Knight f5. b4. With a balanced game. Bishop d7. h4. This move was inaccurate, the best move was rook g1. For example, rook g1. b5. Knight f5. b4. A captures on b4. A captures on b4. Rook captures on a8. B captures on c3. Rook captures on d8. Rook captures on d8. Bishop captures on c3. Bishop captures on f5. Bishop captures on f6. G captures on f6. G captures on f5 check. King f8. b4. Knight b3. e3. Rook a8. b5. With an advantage for white. h4. h5. The evaluation became 1.2, this was a serious mistake, the best move was b5. For example, b5. C captures on b5. C captures on b5. Queen d2. Rook c8. h5. Rook e8. h6. Knight d5. Rook c1. Knight e3. With a balanced game. h5. g5. Knight e8. e4. Queen b8. This move was inaccurate, the best move was b5. For example, b5. C captures on b5. C captures on b5. Queen e3. Rook c8. With an advantage for white. Queen b8. Queenside castling. b5. Queen c2. Queen b6. g6. This move was inaccurate, the best move was king b1. For example, king b1. g6. Bishop e2. With a decisive advantage for white. g6. F captures on g6. Rook g1. Knight e6. The evaluation became 2.3, this was a serious mistake, the best move was a4. For example, f4. b4. Knight b3 check. King b1. Knight captures on d4. Rook captures on d4. Rook captures on f3. c5. Queen c7. C captures on d6. Knight captures on d6. Bishop e2. Rook f2. Rook captures on g6. Bishop g4. Rook from d captures on d6. Rook captures on e2. Queen c1. Rook captures on b2 check. King captures on b2. Queen f7. Queen e3. Rook e8. e5. Bishop f5. With a balanced game. Knight e6. Rook captures on g6. Knight f4. Rook g5. Rook c8. c5. This move was inaccurate, the best move was e5. For example, e5. D captures on e5. Rook captures on e5. Rook d8. C captures on b5. With a decisive advantage for white. c5. D captures on c5. Knight captures on b5. C captures on b5. Rook captures on d7. Knight e6. Rook g6. c4. The evaluation became 4.0. This was a serious mistake, the best move was rook f7. For example, rook f7. Bishop h3. Rook c6. Rook captures on f7. King captures on f7. Bishop captures on e6 check. Rook captures on e6. Rook g5. Rook g6. With a decisive advantage for white. c4. Queen c3. The evaluation became -2.6. This was a serious mistake, the best move was bishop h3. For example, bishop h3. c3. Bishop captures on e6 check. King h8. King b1. Knight f6. Rook from d, captures on g7. Rook from f, d8. Rook e7. Queen e3. Bishop c1. Rook e8. Rook captures on e8 check. With a decisive advantage for white. Queen c3. Knight f6. The evaluation became 0.3. This was a serious mistake, the best move was rook f6. For example, rook f6. Rook captures on f6. Knight captures on f6. Rook d1. b4. A captures on b4. A captures on b4. Queen e5. c3. Bishop c4. Queen f2. Bishop captures on c3. B captures on c3. Queen captures on c3. King h8. e5. Knight g8. With a decisive advantage for black. Knight f6. B captures on c4. b4. A captures on b4. A captures on b4. Queen e5. Queen e3 check. The evaluation became 3.4. This was a serious mistake, the best move was rook f7. For example, rook f7. Rook captures on f7. King captures on f7. Rook captures on f6 check. G captures on f6. Queen captures on f6 check. King e8. Queen g6 check. King d8. Bishop f6 check. King c7. Queen captures on h5. Queen e3 check. With a balanced game. Queen e3 check. Rook d2. The evaluation became -2.4. This was a serious mistake, the best move was king d1. For example, king d1. Queen captures on f3 check. Bishop e2. Queen h1 check. King c2. b3 check. King d2. Knight captures on e4 check. Queen captures on e4. Queen captures on e4. Rook from g, captures on g7 check. Knight captures on g7. Rook captures on g7 check. King h8. Rook g4 check. With a decisive advantage for white. Rook d2. Knight c5. This move gives back part of the advantage, the best move was rook d8. For example, rook from c, d8. Rook g2. Rook captures on d2. Queen captures on e6 check. King h8. Rook captures on d2. Rook d8. Queen d5. Knight captures on d5. E captures on d5. Queen g1. With a decisive advantage for black. Knight c5. King d1. The evaluation became -4.6. This was a serious mistake. The best move was queen g5. For example, queen g5. Knight b3 check. King d1. Queen captures on d2 check. Queen captures on d2. Knight captures on d2. King captures on d2. Knight captures on e4 check. F captures on e4. Rook captures on f1. Rook captures on g7 check. King f8. Rook h7. Rook captures on c4. King d3. With a decisive advantage for black. King d1. Rook from c, d8. This move gives back part of the advantage. The best move was queen captures on f3. For example, queen captures on f3 check. King e1. Rook from c, e8. Rook captures on f6. Rook captures on f6. Queen captures on e8 check. Rook f8. Queen captures on f8 check. Queen captures on f8. Rook g2. Knight e6. With a decisive advantage for black. Rook from c, d8. Bishop d4. Queen captures on f3 check. Bishop e2. Queen b3 check. King c1. The evaluation became -3.3. This was a serious mistake. The best move was king e1. For example, king e1. Rook captures on d4. Queen captures on d4. Knight from c, captures on e4. Queen a7. Knight e8. Rook d3. Queen b2. Rook g2. With a balanced game. King c1. Knight from c, captures on e4. The evaluation became 5.1. This was a serious mistake. The best move was queen a3. For example, queen a3 check. King b1. Rook captures on d4. Queen captures on d4. Knight from c, captures on e4. Rook captures on f6. Knight c3 check. Queen captures on c3. B captures on c3. Rook captures on f8 check. Queen captures on f8. Rook a2. Queen f5 check. With a decisive advantage for black. Knight from c, captures on e4. Rook b2. The evaluation became 0.0. This was a serious mistake. The best move was queen e7. For example, queen e7. Rook f7. Queen captures on d8 check. Rook f8. Queen e7. With a decisive advantage for white. Rook b2. Queen h3. The evaluation became 4.7. This was a serious mistake. The best move was queen a3. For example, queen a3. Queen c7. Queen a1 check. Rook b1. Queen a3 check. Rook b2. Queen a1 check. Rook b1. Queen a3 check. Rook b2. Queen a1 check. Rook b1. With a balanced game. Queen h3. Queen e7. Rook f7. Queen captures on d8 check. King h7. Rook g1. This move was inaccurate. The best move was rook captures on f6. For example, rook captures on f6. G captures on f6. Queen d5. Rook e7. Queen captures on h5 check. King g7. Queen g4 check. Queen captures on g4. Bishop captures on g4. Knight d6. Rook captures on b4. With a decisive advantage for white. Rook g1. Rook d7. Queen b6. Knight c3. Bishop captures on f6. This move gives back part of the advantage. The best move was rook captures on g7. For example, rook captures on g7 check. Rook captures on g7. Queen captures on f6. Knight captures on e2 check. Rook captures on e2. Queen h1 check. King c2. With a decisive advantage for white. Bishop captures on f6. G captures on f6. Queen f2. Knight a4. Bishop f3. Queen f5. Bishop d1. Rook captures on d1 check. Rook captures on d1. White's victory. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and leave your suggestions.